Parenting is a very hard job. It brings very amazing feelings and very nice fulfillment that I don't think we get from anything else. And at the same time, it's very hard sometimes. I'm sure that no one ever looked at their baby when they're coming back from the hospital and said, I'm gonna punish you and I'm gonna ground you and I'm gonna scream at you and I'm gonna be frustrated from you. On the contrary, we always hope for the best things. We always want our relationship to be amazing. We always want to connect with them. We always want to be their friends. But it gets hard, and unfortunately, they don't come with instructions. We think that it's something that we would simply learn by practicing, but sometimes we get stuck and we feel frustrated and we feel like we're failing sometimes. The thing is, we need to focus that we're always trying our best, we're always doing what we think is best for our kids, and most importantly, at the same time, we're always trying to learn. It's okay to say that I'm struggling, and it's okay to ask for help, and it's okay to get information when I don't know what to do. So because we hear so much parenting advice, we read a lot of things, we sometimes listen to a lot of things, it sometimes can get overwhelming. So today I'm gonna try to summarize what I believe are the most important and essential pillars of parenting. If we just need to focus on 5 main points when we forget everything else, and we want to remember these things, what would these things be? Let's try and go through them together. So the first thing of parenting, the first rule that we always want to remember is being responsive to our kids' needs. We need to remember their emotional needs, their psychological needs, their developmental needs. Maybe this is something we need to explore and learn about, but it's very important to respond to their needs, to not worry that responding to their needs would be spoiling. If they want to cuddle, if they want to cry for a little bit and they need comfort from us, if they want to sleep next to us for a few days, if they're not ready to be on their own in something. Responding to their needs and listening to their needs and understanding their needs and taking things at their own pace always pays off much better than pushing or letting them do something they are not ready for. Pressure creates resistance. So if we try to make them do something they are not ready to do or scared to do, or they hate or they resist so badly without trying to understand why they're resisting, without trying to help them through it, without explaining why it's important to us, to me and to us as a family, they were going to resist more. But we need to take things slow at their own pace and understand what they're going through and make them know that we understand that it's hard for them sometimes. So that's the first thing, being responsive. The second thing is focusing on the positive, focusing on their idea about themselves, focusing on their self-esteem, telling them good things about themselves, limiting criticizing and labeling and comparing. We want them to have a good image and a good a healthy level of self-esteem. I want them to know that they are worthy of love regardless of what they're doing, regardless of where they're at, regardless of how good they have been. We want them to be sure that they are loved and seen and appreciated and accepted exactly the way they are. Point number 3 would be understanding their emotions, helping them deal with their emotions, listening to their emotions, listening to how they are feeling when they say that they're scared or that they are angry, or even if they are not able to say it but they start expressing it, we let them know that we understand, that we've been there, and even if we've not been there, we can try to imagine how hard it might be on them. It might be hard for one specific child of mine to go to a new school or to move to another country or to another home. For another kid, it might be hard to have a lot of homework. For another kid, it might be hard to having to stay still. Every kid is different, and the more we help them understand their own nature and accept it the way they are, and help them understand how things can be hard at times, how to express their emotions in a healthy way, how to empathize with them, and help them learn about empathy so they can practice it with others, the healthier they're going to be and the stronger relationship we're going to have with them. And as we have always said, having a strong bond and strong relationship is the core of parenting, is the most important part of parenting, and listening and understanding emotions is an essential part of having a strong bond and relationship. Point number 4 would be planting values, planting seeds, having them grounded. I don't mean grounded as Spanish, I mean having them having roots, sticking to their grounds, knowing their values, knowing what's important in life. And this comes by talking about it at home, practicing it at home, modeling it at home, modeling it as a family, following through, appreciating when it happens, and at the same time, if it's something important and if it's a rule at home, we stay firm with it, we stay clear about it, we are consistent about it, we don't allow it happen, we're not allowing it sometimes and resisting it sometimes. It gets very confusing for kids when we are inconsistent. The last point is to stay firm and to have clear boundaries and to have consequences for the actions. As much as kids need us to listen and understand and respond to their feelings, they also need to feel secure and to feel that someone is in charge and someone is in control and knows what they're doing. We don't need to do this by being harsh or by being too strict or by being too controlling. On the contrary, being extremes never work. Being too controlling will actually most probably result in negative results. We want them to have wings. We want them to have the ability to try new things and make mistakes and come back to learn from their mistakes. We want them to enjoy life and at the same time practice their values and practice their beliefs and feel connected to their family and feel loved and appreciated. And doing this with the balance of setting limits, to sticking to our rules, to sticking to our family values, to helping them understand that each family and each culture has its different values. And we need to focus on ourselves and always try to do our best, and the results are not in our control. The only thing that is in our control is our behavior, our choices, our decisions. What happens at the end is in God's will, and it's not in our control, but we can definitely do something about our effort and our trying our best and putting our best in whatever we're doing. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.